As an investor, one of the biggest things I've been trying to wrap my brain around for literally the last 14 years is how to pay off the massive amounts of debt that I'm now in. Now, if you're anything like me, then you've probably been racking your brain on different ways that you can get from where you are to financial freedom and debt-free on your property sooner. Now, in this video, I'm going to share 5 super simple ideas that you can use to go from where you are to debt-free on a reasonably priced property in the next 15 years. Now, to kick things off, let's say that we go out there and we buy an $800,000 house or townhouse and it rents for $800 per week. Let's say that we did choose the principal and interest box and we decided to pay $200 per week in principal for the next 15 years off the property. The beautiful thing is 15 years down the line, we'll have paid over $150,000 off the property without even really thinking about it. Now, the second idea I have is paying a little bit extra off the property each week. Now, let's say that you've gone from a place where you've been saving your bum off to buy that investment property, and then you've gone to a point where you've got it, it's renting out for $800 per week, but you're still on a good income or a combined income, or you've got a great business and you can pay a little bit extra off per week. Let's just say here we pay $100 per week off the property for the next 15 years. That's another $75,000 that we've knocked off the debt. So the third idea is based on rent. Now, over the course of time, the rent on the property is going to continue to grow up in value and the debt's going to come down, leaving what I call a surplus in the middle. Now, if over a 15-year period, that surplus ends up being $100 per week, again, you paid another $75,000 off the $800,000 property in a 15-year period. Now, one of the beautiful things about being an investor in Australia at the moment is the tax benefits associated with property. You can go talk to a financial planner, accountant, or tax depreciation specialist about any tax benefits that you may have in your property. But let's say with this $800,000 investment, you go for something that's a little bit newer or that's been renovated and you have a little bit of tax left over. So again, if we could get an average of $100 per week or $5,000 back on our tax return at the end of the year, that's another $75,000 that we can pay off the property in the next 15 years. Now, the final idea I've got isn't for everybody, and this is the concept of partner properties, where we simply go out there and we buy a property with the sole intention of holding it so that we can make money outside of our job or our business, and then at some point in the future selling it, paying obviously a whole lot of tax back to the government, and then whatever's left over, you can pay off the debt on the property that you really want to keep that's going to help make you financially free longer term. Let's say that partner property that you go out there and buy is really affordable and you get a $500K property. Now, what we do is we hold that property for the next 15 years, and if it goes up by an average of 5% per annum, this property in 15 years is going to be worth $1 million. Now, I'm not an accountant or a financial advisor, but let's say we sell that $1 million property, we pay the bank back, we pay the Australian government the capital gains tax, and hopefully we're left with about $350,000 that we can use to speed up the debt reduction on our $800K investment. Now, if we simply look at adding the principal and interest we paid over 15 years, the little bit extra, the surplus rent, the tax benefits, and the sale of the partner property, we'll have paid off $725,000 worth of property over that 15-year period. Now, if we go 800K minus 725, there's a $75,000 difference there. Obviously, when we buy the property at the start, the bank's going to be asking for a deposit. And if you're to put down that $75,000 as cash to get into the market, then you are effectively debt-free on an 800K property pretty easily over a 15-year period. Now, obviously, there's a whole bunch of variables here. Not everybody's going to be in a position to pay a little bit extra. Not every property is going to give you tax benefits. Not everybody's going to be able to go out there and buy a partner property immediately. But it's just a case of starting where you are, implementing as many of these simple ideas, or all of them if possible, so that you can go from where you are to debt-free on an incredible asset that will not just set you up, but your family up for the long-term financial freedom and security in your future. Now, what I didn't say is that over this 15-year period of time that you hold this property, if it's worth $800K today and it grows by an average of 5% per year for the next 15 years, not only is the property going to be debt-free, but it's also going to be worth $1.6 million 15 years from today. Now, for those of you out there seriously thinking about investing in the next 12 months, I'd love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. All you have to do is jump over to www.pumpedonproperty.com, click that free strategy session button, and then we can talk about where you are right now, where you'd like to be longer term. We can talk about a few different ideas to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And then you can take that information and go and absolutely smash it on your own, or potentially become one of the extremely small number of clients that we work with each month. But either way, we wish you all the best. I hope you're getting some great value out of these simple ideas and you can execute them over time.
Woo! That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting
That's
cool,
it.
bro. Yeah. Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. Look at that.
So nice, eh?
Oh.